what we are going to study today is how setting the mirrors affects what we actually do on the road, and why you should set your mirrors correctly. First of all, if we have our car and we have our driver sitting here, this is our driver sitting there, hands on the steering wheel. He's going to have sight of his door mirror on the right hand side. He will have a center mirror inside the car over there, and he will have a side mirror on the left hand side. Now basically what happens is he looks into this mirror here. When he looks into this mirror here in the middle, he's going to have sight, and if this is the perimeters of the back window, he will have a sight area covered by this mirror, which is a direct line coming straight out from these mirrors on this side. The restriction of this being the width of the window, rear window on the car. In his side mirrors, depending on how he set them, if he set his side mirrors on the conventional way of having sight, when he looks in the side mirror, partial sight of the car, it will restrict the area which he is going to see to the side, because he's now using this right hand door mirror to also look at the side of the car. And similarly, if he sets the left hand mirror in the same way, if he also sets the left hand mirror, he's also going to end up with quite a bit of his car visible in that mirror, and then obviously a restricted view. So what essentially happens, creates a blind spot area in this area here and in this area here. His angle of view here between all the mirrors will be up to the extremities of what he's got on his side mirrors. However, if he sets his door mirrors on right and left so that he has an extended view, in other words, he does not worry about the side of the car because it is not dangerous, and he does not worry about door handles on the side of the car jumping out and biting him while he's driving. He therefore does not need to watch them. So what he does is, in this case now, in the advanced method, he sets this side mirror so that he has an area of overlap with this at the furthest extremity of the car, somewhere around there, like that. Then this mirror will now extend where the mirror had the previous mirror, because he's watching the side of the car, had this area here as view. He would now extend that area of view out, if we measure this, to there, somewhere along there. He would extend that area of view much further afield, and he would have a much wider view area as a result of having set this mirror so it sees a similar object which is picked up somewhere back here. Say for instance there's a dustbin or a red letterbox or something back here. He makes sure that that is visible at the extremity of this mirror. What's visible at the extremity of this mirror is also visible at the extremity of that mirror, which gives him, that can give him up to 40% more use of that side mirror. Similarly, if we looked at the same situation on the left hand side, if we extended this and we're watching door handles and sides of cars and telling ourselves how safe it is to watch these door handles and they're going to come out and bite us any moment, then normally he would only be using a very small area of new vision as a result of setting his mirror in a conventional pattern. Yet if he mirrors this and he sets this mirror again so that its extremity also has a minimal overlap area, where again there's an object here which is visible in both mirrors but at the extremity of this mirror, then again what happens if we measure this being the original, this area here being the original extent of the side mirror, we can now extend that here, and that means that we end up with a much wider. So if we measure that and we add that from there to here, somewhere there, then we would have a side mirror which now has extended view from that original point there. We have additional view area which will to a large extent also start to eliminate any possible blind spots in normal driving conditions. It does not eliminate the blind spot completely, but it does to an extent eliminate the blind spots. So originally, in the original setup where we're watching the doors and watching the door handles and the side of the car because they're so dangerous, we end up with this area as our panoramic view. Whereas if we set the mirror to extremities, we obviously end up with a much larger area, which now increases the chance of us seeing the things that are actually dangerous on the road.